Hi everyone, we're back today, and we're gonna be talking about. Oh, well, we're back at Stardew Diaries, and today we're gonna be talking about um, making plans, and I'm going to try and do it as much as I can remember. Okay, so and hopefully you guys get some inspiration, and I'm just going to share about what I did with my life so far, and hopefully not regret. Um, and maybe you can apply that to you guys' life too. So, anyways, let's get started. Most scraps on. So plan ahead. I didn't even plan this. I didn't even read it, and then Granny Evelyn is giving us some advice to plan ahead, or reminding us to plan ahead at least. Well, anyways, but for now, before we do anything else, since if I begin to yap, I will definitely forget what I need to do for the day. So, this is an issue because we don't have enough stone. And we don't have enough seaweeds as well. So, this is going to be tough, but we're going to be running back and forth from the beach and then into the mines as well. We're going to try and fix the bridge as well to get some corals. I think we should go fishing first. Oh, well, mining and then fishing. Oh, no, never mind. The thing, the shop is a lot closer. We want to build the fishing pond as soon as possible. Well, today, preferably, because it's going to be Tuesday tomorrow, and freaking Robin always goes to yoga on Tuesday. So, yeah, that's not ideal. Um, anyways, I've got some nice plans ahead of today, I guess. I mean, it's going to start today. So, um, keep in touch, or like keep a good watch on. Oh, I didn't get enough corals. How often do they spawn? I'm not sure. Hmm. Oh, I'm not sure how often they spawn, but it's a shame we only have two since we needed three. Well, let's go try and get some seaweeds today, and hopefully we get two really quick. No, I don't want any fish today. I just need some darn seaweeds. Oh, dang it. Give me some seaweeds. I mean, I have bad luck today, so hopefully that helps. Anyways, making plans. So, let's go a couple of years back during maybe young elementary boy Kuko, thinking about life and thinking about the world. I was pretty much aimless when I was young. Well, not really. I always wanted to be a teacher. My mom is a teacher, my aunt is a teacher, a lot of my family on my mother's side are teachers, so I always wanted to be a teacher myself. And, you know, I had this idea of just being in front of everyone and teaching them about life. It's really my inspiration. It still is, even though I'm not currently pursuing it. But, I work around it. I mean, I'm technically teaching you guys now, right? So I don't necessarily have to be a teacher in order to teach people. Um, in any ways. Um, After that, ooh, we got a seaweed. So after that, um, I really spent a lot of attention during my academic years in elementary and high school, observing and studying teaching methods and like exploring that idea of my life, and it kind of got ruffled or changed over time because I started developing other interests like video games. And when I started playing video games, I started to get inspired by the world of coding and you know expression. And like since I spent a lot of time in video games, it became part of my identity. And because of that, um, I kind of want to combine both ideas, like making games and also expressing yourself and teaching. So that kind of became the foundation of my ideals and hobbies and in my future. Honestly, today, I mean, that's still the thing that I pursue right now, um, and it's reflected in this series. I play video games. I talk about my dreams and my passions. I try to teach at the same time. So it's kind of like, it's still me. I'm still the same person. Um, I got all the seaweeds that I need. Time to run to the mines. Um, and, moving forward from that, I got inspired by, I think one of the major catalysts is Minecraft. Um, and then it's just sparked my imagination. It's just, I don't know, it just triggered something that's, I don't know, difficult to explain. It's my childhood. It's just, I still remember the first day that it was like an alpha or something, and I played it, and it was, oh my goodness, what is this game? I'm so into it. And basically, that kickstarted things, but it really, really blew up during my high school days, since I was introduced to Undertale. And Undertale is, oh my goodness, it just changed the game industry, indie game industry, and like, wow. I was so inspired by just how simple the game is, and yet it tells such a deep and like morally, weird. It tells a story that's just, thought provoking, and yet it's so simple. It's a story-driven game. Um, it's not like the other games that are popular at the time, or at least the games that I play at the time. It's just so immersive, and the storytelling. It just inspired me, and that's why I got into. I mean, I was already pretty much a fan of fantasy genres. Like I love Lord of the Rings growing up. I love D&D. Like I was already introduced to D&D by my family. My uncle plays D&D. We've never played, but he has a handbook that I read, or at least saw, and it was inspired by. And I also play a lot of fantasy games. Grand Chase was a big thing, um, growing up. So that's another thing that sparked my creativity in fantasy and my imagination. That basically kickstarted that part of my life. And basically, after, so it's still going through with my plan, and I was high school at the time. And then came along on my ninth grade, this web design, or web, yeah, I mean, I think it's web design. Yeah, web design competition. And I was selected to participate in the competition, and I think I got all the way up to division level. Not sure how that would translate to other countries, but like it's fairly average, below average, honestly. I don't think very highly of that, but did start my coding. Um, it did start my coding curiosity, I suppose. And at the time, I was pretty much ahead of the curve. I think in the Philippines at least. And I was studying coding while I was high school, and it was pretty nice. And then, unfortunately, things became turbulent. Things became a blur during senior high school, because I fell into somewhat of a deep um, depression, and I was around people that are good people. It's just people that had issues, and I was kind of affected of that, and that's where my mission to help people really developed, since I wanted other people to heal from their traumas and heal from, you know, their pains. And I was just so, I'm surrounded, like all of my friends have issues, and I would just say it, like mental problems. And one of my best friends had OCD. Chrome had something. One of my friends in our friend group has is being abused by their uncle. And it's very, and I come from a relatively supportive family, and it's difficult to enjoy and ev- advocate, let's do our best in our lives, let's make most out of things. But I have all this privilege that I have a supporting and caring family, and they don't necessarily have that. So I was, I still want to help, I still want to teach, but I was really challenged during that time, and things changed. Since I, at the in the end, I wasn't able to help them, and I failed. I I will admit that I failed. I wasn't good enough, and that was um a huge turning point with my goals. And I don't blame them. We were young, we were in high school, emotions were high, and we weren't necessarily mature. They're doing great now, but it definitely steered me away from my path for a couple of years. Actually, I think permanently. Um, and that's okay. I'm not angry or upset with them. It's just that's how things are. You know, that's how life is. And I still have very fond memories with them. And I, I don't think they resent me or hate me, for the things that I've done, and for trying to help them. It just doesn't work out. And so, but I still had this passion to teach and passion to explore the coding industry, and you know do and teach. And eventually it became, but it was very difficult, since I decided to I was given a choice. I could either go to the capital in Manila and study education at a fairly prestigious school, um, and I would have benefits since I was technically born in the same, um, since I was technically born in that city. And if I'm not sure if the same, but there are like special scholarships given to people born in that city. And I'm not gonna go into the politics of things, but yeah, um, that's all you need to know. You're gonna be given special privileges, and or go to my mom's school, where she's studying her doctorate degree, all the way into the countryside, and I would be able to pursue um, computer science, which is the degree that I have now. And at the time, I decided I would go to computer science, since my mind, I thought of the situation at the time. I can always teach. I can always, you know, get a teacher's license. But learning coding, learning computer science, or computer theory and stuff like that, basic coding, I struggle to do that on my own. And I think I already have some. Already have a lot of not teaching. Maybe not work experience, but teaching mindset. Since I did spend most of my elementary and high school days observing my teachers, and my mom is a teacher, so I think I have a good understanding of what makes a good teacher. but it's I don't have anyone in my family that knows how to code. So I decided to take computer science, which put me away from that semi prestigious school, and that's one of my biggest decisions in life. Not that I would necessarily am sure that I would be allowed to go there, but if I fought for that, maybe my parents would have allowed me. In any case, the plan did not change. I still want to make a game, express myself, start not necessarily a YouTube career, um, but to explore that side of the industry of the gaming world, and be a part of that community. And also Yogscast especially helped me through that time. But I think Yogscast deserve its own separate video out how much it helped me. So I might make a separate video for that. I'm just gonna gush about the Yogscast and how each member pretty much shaped me who I am to who I am, and I'll talk about that at another time. But yeah, um, I'm not sure if I. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Um, so so during college, I was pretty much lost because I'm not as I used to be. I didn't really learn how to code after high school, after working on, after what's it again? The web design competition. I don't know. I was distracted because my senior high school really threw me off. I, from I did my own baby thesis during senior high school. I did my website by myself with full confidence, with like all the animations, the database, and things like that. And for some reason, when I entered college, I pretty much forgot everything about coding. I forgot how to do C, do Java. Still think I have that, inspiration or at least the basic knowledge, but I would be lying if I said that I'm still good at it. I don't. I'm not. Um, I really am not. I've lost that skill, and I'm no longer. I'm 24 now, and I don't think I'm professionally good enough anymore. And that really changed stuff up during college, since my s- my school wasn't necessarily able to teach me um, enough. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to my bed. It's gonna be close, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, I made it. So yeah, it's really unfortunate, but that was the case. And I was lost. I felt like my plans were crumbling. I didn't want to study computer science anymore. I wasn't inspired anymore. I can't teach because I already failed, and I can't code because I'm uninspired. And I just went through with it. And oh, sorry, the reason why my college were struggling because the professors, I don't want to badmouth, but I they pretty much only taught the basics, but I know it's my responsibility to explore after that, but I can really only do the basics, and it's a difficult time, and I was barely able to scrape by my thesis, and I'm good academically. I'm good theoretically. I know the book knowledge, but I don't know the coding knowledge, the technical side. And it's because also of the pandemic. Pandemic hit during my college years, and that was hard. And I had to make my own money. That's the reason why, like, I had to spend a lot of time drawing, and it was just an emotional time for me. And then I met my partner, which changed everything. My plans to make a game and stuff like that, where everything was put on hold. I had to maintain my relationship, which was pretty big, since the relationship also keeps me sane and emotionally stable. And we're still here today, and the plans changed. Well, not really. It's just postponed, I suppose. And everything became about survival. um, and after college, the first thing that I needed to do was get a job. But me and my partner wanna live together, so I had to postpone even getting a job, since I need to prepare to move out. Since I didn't want to get a job back home, in Luzon, because if I get a job there, I might not move out since I need to earn money. So I worked hard on my commissions, saved a lot of money as much as I can, and then moved out. So that was the plan after college. I moved out. And then after I moved out, um, I came here in Cebu, and I used up the money that I saved to try and survive as long as I can, and I got a job. And after 5 months of job hunting, I got a job. I preferred to get a coding job. However, they were looking for people with experience, which really killed what was left of my confidence and like willingness to learn how to code. And that's unfortunate, but that is the reality of things. I promise I'll come back to it. I promise I will go through with it. It's just I need to survive right now, earn money, and the plan now is to explore other avenues. Like, I'm learning a lot in my current job, and I think depending on the situation and the circumstances, I might stay just to earn enough experience, and then you know if any opportunity comes my way, I'll take it. And you know and that's the plan right now. And so what does that all what's my message here? um it starts off with your passions. It starts off with the people around you. All of this started because I love my mom, and I see what she's doing, and she loves what she's doing, and I was inspired by that. So chase your inspirations. Things will come in your life and challenge you, and you know s- make you astray, will put you down. And my roadblocks in life were not bad people. They were people with their own problems. And again, I'm not angry or hateful towards them. It just is, you know? And I never got sick to a point that it ruined any of my plans. But that's another example of, you can get sick, and that could ruin all of your plans. And you don't have any control over that. But you always, have to have that mindset of you have a plan, and you're going to chase for it. And I understand that not all people might have plans, but going back to my previous episode about desires, even if you don't have a plan, you still have desires. My desires are long term. I'm building a life around what I want, and I'm pretty sure that that is what I want, because if that is not what I want, I don't know what I'm doing, you know? But some people prefer to live their lives short term. I mean, not short lived. Like, they pursue things short term, you know? I want to, um, I want this. I want to cook that. I want to eat this. I want to buy that. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I want this kind of job. I want this kind of thing. I want this kind of person. And there's no, you know, no problem with that. I mean, long-term goals are pretty much short-term goals, like stacked up, right? So you'll get there eventually. But my message is, you know, I guess it still goes back to all of the stuff that I previously mentioned. My message is, I guess, make sure that everything that you're doing contributes to your plan. your wants, your desires, and make sure that it's healthy for you and healthy for the people around you, you know? And once you unlock that, once you become aware of that, it's very easy to tell which parts of your life positively or negatively affects that goal or that dream. And it can be people, it can be your family, it could be a bad habit that you have, you know, it can be all sorts of things. And yeah, that will let you know how to proceed and reach for your goals. So I hope you learned something today about my story, about my plans. That kind of became like a story of my life thing, huh? Um, but the story of my life is a lot longer. But whatever. Anyways, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And speaking of plans, I have a few stuff coming up in my channel. I'm not sure if I should stream it or if I should just record it in batches and then upload them in YouTube. I think I prefer the second option. It gives me some flexibility. Anyways, why am I talking about that here? But yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the upcoming stuff that I have planned. And you guys are currently enjoying your week so far. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're feeling well and resting, or working hard if it's daytime. Well, oh my goodness, it is daytime here, at least in the Philippines, because I work night shift. But whatever. These outros, I really need to improve on them. Thank you so much. No matter where you are, know that I believe in you. Know that I think you're doing great, and I'm really proud of you for you know watching these videos and hopefully absorbing them, or if you're watching them for entertainment, then I praise you for watching something that's what I think, at least I hope it is thought provoking as your spare time, you know. um Thank you so much, it really means a lot. It's not about the numbers for me, it's not about whatever, I just do this because it makes me feel good. And I hope I can share that with all of you as well. And thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see each other again tomorrow. All right, goodbye.